Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be sharing with you some of my top self-tanning tips. I know a couple weeks back, I did a video on self-tan mistakes to avoid, which I thought was such a good video because there are so many mistakes that I've made throughout my years of tanning. So I wanted to give you guys some of those to, I guess, help you avoid some of the mistakes that I made. But now today we are going to be talking about some of my top tips to get a seamless, perfected, beautiful tan result. So I'm gonna share those with you. But before we get into the fun stuff, please make sure to give this a big thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel. Join the fam. You get 3 videos a week, so please make sure that you are subscribed and not missing out on those. But if you wanna hear my top self-tanning tips, then stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay guys, I have made a list for myself on my phone of topics or tips that I wanted to cover. So I'm hoping that I didn't forget anything. This is all like off the top of my head though, so if there is something that I forgot that I later want to add on, I'll probably put it in the comment section for you guys to see, but I think I covered everything for the most part, at least that I can think of. So I have them all written down, so if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes so I don't miss one. So we can just start listing them off. So first tip that I have, and these are in no particular order, so just pay attention from beginning to end for all kinds of tips. There is no specific order to this, to my madness. First tip is shave and exfoliate the night before you're going to tan. I feel like you get the best result when you do it the night before you're going to do your tan. Your pores are not open. It just looks the best when you do it that way. Don't shave or exfoliate after tanning because that's a whole different mess. But the best tip that I can give for shaving and exfoliating is doing it the night before. My personal favorite razor that I use is the Schick Intuition. Obviously not telling you guys which one to use, but that's just the one that I personally do. And then to exfoliate my body, I know everyone has a preference, whether it's like a scrub or something. I love the Bali Body exfoliating mitt. I think it is so good and it gets old self-tan off so quick, so easy without scrubbing the crap out of your body. So those are just products that I personally really love and have found that have worked for me. So yes, that was the first one. Next tip, so right before you're about to tan, apply a generous amount of moisturizer to your feet, all over your feet, tops and bottoms, your ankles, your knees, your elbows, and then your hands/wrists. I love to saturate those areas in moisturizer because those are the driest areas I tend to find on my body. So really making sure that those are extra hydrated when I'm applying self-tanner makes a world of a difference. Like I actually, a couple weeks back, forgot to moisturize my elbows before I applied my self-tan, and I noticed the biggest difference in how my elbows looked when I do it versus when I don't do it. Like everything just clung to my dry elbows when I didn't apply it. So I really would say if you can apply a generous amount to those areas, it makes such a difference. And then while we're on the topic of hands, this is such a big one for me, you guys. I cannot stress enough. It does not matter what self-tanner you're putting on. My recommendation is to wash your hands 30 minutes after applying your self-tanner. I don't care if it's an express, an overnight, whatever kind of self-tanner you're using. Every time I apply self-tanner, I wash my hands. I do my hands with soap and they just turn out perfect every single time. Like it does not look like I have a fake tan on my hands. That's when I find they still get color but look the most natural, versus if you keep self-tanner on your hands for as long as you do your body, you will be able to tell that there is self-tanner on there. So that's a big one. I give it 30 minutes maximum. I try not to do less than that, but 30 minutes is like the sweet spot. So I would say wait the 30 minutes, then wash your hands. You still get color, Don't stress if it doesn't look that way right in the beginning because it will develop, but they look perfect every single time. Then next is to use a mitt. If you guys are newer to tanning and you're not too familiar, I would say make sure to use a mitt. I much prefer using a mitt over like gloves or anything like that. I just feel like the application is a lot smoother. Everything is a lot more even. There's no splotchiness or patchiness or missed spots. A mitt is just the best. So I would say find a mitt that you enjoy and do that. I can't even remember the last time I tanned without using a mitt because it truly makes a world of a difference. So I cannot stress enough, use one, please, if you are taking my advice. Next is to follow what your bottle of self-tanner tells you in terms of how long to wear the self-tanner. So I have messed around all kinds of different ways with how long I wear a self-tanner for. And yes, if you wear a self-tanner longer than the intended time, you may get some more color, but it's overdeveloping as well. So then the fade of the tan ends up being very splotchy, patchy, and it's a dead giveaway that you have self-tanner on. So I would say whenever you can, follow the directions. Like if you are doing an express tan and you want to get the darkest result out of it and it says 1 hour for light, 2 for medium, 3 for dark, wear it for the 3 hours, wash it off, you'll still get a beautiful tan. Same goes for the overnight ones. Wash it off in the morning. Don't keep it on for like 24 hours because you think you're gonna get like this crazy amount of color. I would say just listen to what the bottle tells you. And then, which brings me into my next step, when you wash the self-tanner off, I would make sure that that first body wash is water only, no soap, so you're not removing any of that tan. I always do my first wash after applying self-tanner as just a water shower, and then my next shower after that will be with soap. So that is another little tip to keep in mind. Then I would say wait until your tan is dry before getting dressed. Don't get dressed immediately after applying your self-tanner because you will ruin all the perfect hard work that you just put in. So wait until your skin feels a little bit more dry to put your clothes on. Next tip, when you are getting dressed, after applying self-tanner, I always say wear super loose fitting clothes. That way you're not wearing something tight and messing up the tan that you just put on. So I always after every time I put self-tanner on, wear my husband's super loose sweater and his sweatpants because I just have the least likely chance that my tan will get messed up underneath that. Maintain the tan. So moisturize your skin daily. I know it can be annoying. I know I'm not the best example of that sometimes because I get lazy with it. Lately I've been really good because I'm pregnant, so I am applying my like hyaluronic acid serum and my bump butter every day for stretch marks. So I've been really good about it. But before I got pregnant, I was pretty bad with it. It really makes a difference when you moisturize daily. Like the way that your tan fades is so much better when your skin is hydrated and moisturized and not super dry and cracking. So I would definitely say hydrating your skin and making sure it stays hydrated really helps. Also your hands, that like you're washing your hands constantly. So if you can keep them moisturized when you have a tan on, that fade will also be a lot more nice. Next tip, I personally, obviously you don't have to do this, but I do. I always use a separate self-tanner for my face than I do for my body. They make self-tanners that are specific to the face that have skincare in them, that have ingredients that are a little bit better for your face. So I just trust that a little bit more and I feel better about doing that than I do applying the same self-tanner on my face that I do on my body. So I personally always have a facial self-tanner and then a body self-tanner. It's not something you have to do, I just prefer it. So that's another tip of mine. And then while we're talking about the face contour. I really love, they have face contour products specifically for the face, or I've done this and I do like the result, but you can take a body self-tanner, and I know I'm completely contradicting what I just said, but you can take some body self-tanner and just apply it to the outer areas of your face where you would apply like a makeup contour product, and you get a really, really beautiful contoured, chiseled, no makeup look, and it's just so amazing every single time. Like I said, there's ones that are specifically for the face, and then there's ones that are for the body that you can use on your face. I know I'm contradicting myself, but a little contour on the outsides of the face versus your entire face, I feel like it makes a little bit of a difference. And I think that's all my points. I think I touched on everything that I wanted to. Like I said, you guys, I have been tanning for a very, very, very long time. I'm not even gonna say how long, like at least a decade, if not much more than that. Like, I love self-tanning. It's become such a big part of my life. I have been doing it every single week for such a long time, years and years and years, that I feel like I've mastered some of these tips. Like, I feel like I've made so many mistakes along the way. I've perfected things along the way. So none of these are requirements. None of these are sure things for everyone. These are just tips that I have found work the best for me and that may work really well for you. So I wanted to share some of those. Again, tried and true methods that really, really make a difference in the way that a tan looks for me. And I really take pride in having a good tan. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment and let me know what you think about my tips. Let me know if I was forgetting anything, or if you have any tips that you wanted to share for me or for anyone else to try. I'm always open to trying new things, so let me know. Give this a huge thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel, but stay tuned and I will see you guys in the next video.